By the age of 17, I had been arrested 17 times, in and out of the Department of Juvenile Justice 3 different times, and I was really a rebel without a cause. Soon after my 17th birthday, I shot someone during an armed robbery. I mean, really didn't have any hope. I didn't believe in God, I didn't believe in heaven, I didn't believe in hell. So the only thought on my mind was suicide. And the night I was planning to hang myself, I was waiting on the guards to make their, hourly round so I would have enough time to at least get that right. Someone had given me a Bible and I didn't even want to be seen with a Bible. I remembered that Bible, and so I got it out and I said, God, if you're real, I want to know. I don't want to just hear it from some phony TV preacher here in this jail cell. I don't want to hear it from someone coming through and passing out tracts. I want to know. Probably the most beneficial aspect of being incarcerated for that amount of time was the people from local churches who believed that I could have a future greater than my past. So they came in week in and week out through all kinds of different programs and invested in my life. And the primary focus was helping me learn how to follow Jesus Christ.
In 2020, when I was at last granted parole after almost 45 years in prison, and they asked me what one takeaway from the various courses, including JUMPSTART, that I had completed while in prison. And the first word that came to mind was responsibility.
JUMPSTART was actually started by some men who were serving life sentences. They kept seeing men get out of prison and come right back a few months later. And so they began asking the guys, saying, hey, why are you getting out of prison and coming right back? The food's not any good, there's no fun to be had here, why are you getting out and coming back? And they would say, well, since you haven't gotten out, you don't understand how difficult it is to find a functional place to live that's not dysfunctional, how hard it is to get a job, and then how hard it is to get back and forth to work once you have a job when your family doesn't have enough disposable income for more than one vehicle. It's too late to try to help them once they get out. But once that transformation has occurred through the gospel while they're incarcerated, it's necessary to help them overcome obstacles that are insurmountable without real tangible support once they're released. In the United States, 2.5 million people are incarcerated. Statistically, 70% of them will return to prison after their release. So some would say, hey, let's lock them up and throw away the key. But that's not a solution. 95% of those who are incarcerated are getting back out into our community. So the question is not, should we help them? The question is do we want them to return to our communities better than when they went in? Do we want them to become law-abiding, tax-paying citizens? And so JUMPSTART exists because we believe that the cycle of crime and the cycle of recidivism can be broken. We believe that people are more than the sum of their mistakes. We believe that because every human being was created in the image of the living God.
And of course, as time has gone on, the program has developed great credibility, the recidivism rate being like 4% as opposed to a 70% recidivism rate across the country for criminals or for post or re-entry individuals returning to prison, but 4% recidivism rate for the JUMPSTART program.
We have programs in 17 South Carolina prisons. We have programming now in Alabama, Georgia, and Ohio. Here in South Carolina, we have our most expansive version of transitional housing, where we provide housing, employment, transportation, life skills training, case management. And so I would encourage people, if they're looking for a local missions opportunity, to visit our website at www.jumpstartvision.org and go ahead and sign up to be a volunteer, and we can talk more about what that looks like.